Alright, so beautiful sunny day here. I have about 55 degrees. Like I said, I didn't want to leave the channel without any content. We've got a day off. So I was thinking earlier, why don't I put together a video on who I think will or should win the Hart. Who I think will, who I think should, who I want. Those are three different things. So I was thinking about that during the day. And then, of course, I go on Twitter, and lo and behold, there's an entire thread dedicated to it that my friend Jeff was lovingly interacting with another Leaf fan. And there's a lot of chirping between Panthers and Leaf fans. This is good. We'll see you all in round 2. Now, like I said, who I think will, should, and who I want, obviously being the Panthers guy, the obvious answer who I want to win the Hart is Jonathan Huberdeau. Is Jonathan Huberdeau going to win the Hart? No. Now, my criteria, if you've watched this channel enough, you know I'm not big on statistics. I'm not big on analytic statistics. I'm very basic, guys. I look at the basic stats and I watch what I'm seeing with my eyes. But I also have a tendency to view things from a point of view that may or may not rub people the wrong way. I don't think this is going to be any different. So, in terms of the three main guys that I see most of the people talking about, obviously it's Matthews, it's McDavid, and it's Huberdeau. And it switches back and forth between Matthews and McDavid, really who people think is going to be in the lead. Now, Matthews has been absolutely on fire of late. Huberdeau has just been consistently awesome for the most part all season long. He doesn't have the goals to compete with those guys, but obviously he set the assist record for left wing. Now, and when I'm looking at these three guys, and I'm going by, when I applied my own brand of thought to this, what I realized was there's a fourth guy that I think should win. He won't win, but I think should win. So the question I ask myself is, are the Florida Panthers a playoff team? Because now let's remember, let me backtrack here a second. The Hart Trophy, by definition, is not the most valuable player in the league, or the best player. The Hart Trophy is the player that's most valuable to his team. That's actually how the definition of the award is written out. The player who is most valuable to his team. So, do I think the Florida Panthers are a playoff team without Jonathan Huberdeau? Absolutely. That's not in question. Are the Toronto Maple Leafs a playoff team without Matthews? Yes. Edmonton, are they a playoff team without McDavid? I know there's some people that are going to say they'd be borderline, but I'm going to go with you pretty much. I think they've got enough talent and firepower there, even without McDavid, they'd make the playoffs. However, would the New York Rangers even be sniffing the playoffs if it wasn't for Igor Shesterkin? No. They don't. I don't even think they have three. Do they have even three guys that have scored 20 goals? If they have three, that's the most that they have. Is at most they have three. Not that they're a bad team, don't get me wrong, but Shesterkin, by the definition of the Hart Trophy, the player that is most valuable to his team, to me it's not even close. Shesterkin should win it. And goalies have won before. Hasek won a couple of times. Who was the other guy that I recently saw? I forget the name, but goalies have won it. They can win the damn Hart Trophy. Now, do I think he's going to win? No. I think in the end you're going to be looking at probably Matthews, McDavid, Huberdeau, and then maybe Shesterkin at fourth. If I had to predict the final vote, I think because McDavid's won it, I think some people will flip their vote to Matthews, and he'll get it this year. But I honestly, if I had a vote, I almost said if I had a vote, I'm going to vote Shesterkin, and then I'm going to lose like every Florida Panthers subscriber. I don't have a vote. I want Jonathan Huberdeau to win the Hart. He's not going to win the Hart. He's probably going to finish third. But if you went by the definition, the player most valuable to his team, it's not close. Igor Shesterkin should get the Hart Trophy. That's just one man's opinion. That's just my opinion. I appreciate comments. I have no problem with going back and forth with that. In terms of Matthews over McDavid, is basically a scoring race. It always comes down to some guy gets hot at the end of the season and they take the trophy, unless, you know, somebody like McDavid runs away with it, or Gretzky back in the day. Jeez, I think Gretzky won it something like 9 times, something ridiculous like that. So the way it's looking now, I think Matthews is going to end up with it because he's really been on fire. I would be surprised to see Jonathan Huberdeau finish higher than 3rd. It'd still be nice if he finished 3rd. Obviously, that's not bad. But he doesn't have the goals to go along with it. And if they're really going to dig deep into the, you know, to the intricacies of the analytics and micro stats, you might find some things in Huberdeau's games, as I saw on Twitter. Apparently, somebody produced a graph that showed, according to the graph now, don't kill the messenger. This is what Jeff was interacting with, and this is what we were laughing about. But according to this specific set of statistics, theoretically, the Panthers are better when Huberdeau, 5-on-5, when Huberdeau is not on the ice. Statistically. Now, I remind you, I can also produce a statistic that shows the Panthers lost every game in the playoffs where they scratched Keith Yandel. So, statistics are ass, okay? In my opinion, you could prove anything with statistics, okay? I can prove I have a full head of hair with statistics if you really want to get down to it, okay? Because the percentage of hair follicles around here is so thick that I could probably create a mathematical formula that said most of the hair follicles in my head have hair, therefore I have a full head of hair. So, yeah. The Panthers are not better off without Jonathan Huberdeau. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I touched on that, because that's the one thing I love about my friend Jeff, Automatics on Twitter. Anytime you log in, you can see him talking smack with the other fan bases, and I love it, man. I just love to see it. So let me know your thoughts. For me, as much as I would want to, my heart would vote Jonathan Huberdeau, but my head would vote Igor Shesterkin. No, and that's not saying, Ranger fans, don't take me the wrong way. All right, you guys got a good team, but I looked. I don't see a playoff team without that level of goalie play. So you guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but that's why I think the dude should win the Hart anyway. So, all right, enough for that. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Live stream 1 hour before the game. I know I had some microphone problems yesterday. I had the microphone problem fixed on the stream. Then I went to do the video with Stu, and Stu is, I love you, Stu. I'm saying this as a joke. He told me this himself. He's had a lot of rock concerts in his history, so his hearing is not great. So the setting that sounded so great on the live stream, he couldn't hear me. So I turned it up, and it sounded good to us, and it sounds like crap in the video. So we're gonna get Stu some headphones, because I had it good for the live stream. So I'm gonna run some tests anyway. I had run some tests and they sounded great, and then I changed the settings because Stu couldn't hear me. Now that I'm thinking about it, so Stu, we gotta get you some headphones, because it's probably too loud. It's too loud because you're using the laptop volume, so it's echoing. So I think that's what's going on. So we'll get it right. We'll get it. Well, look, we're old men, all right? It takes us a while, okay? Neither one of us have any, like, tech-savvy teenagers around the house. We're doing this all by ourselves. Cut us some slack. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow 1 hour before the game.